Epic War Saga Offline is our brand new take on the Flash version of Saga that we have released to provide some new content for you guys while we work on remaking Epic Wars 1 through 5 for Steam. Compared to the original Saga, we are shifting the focus away from heavy grinding and towards tactics and experimentation. So if you didn't like Epic War Saga, I invite you to give the offline version a try. There's a lot more nuance to the battles for you to enjoy. And if you did like Saga, well, the offline version doesn't have as much content yet, but we are actively working on it, and we will be adding more long-term goals you can grind for if you choose, but those will not be required to beat the main game. Our big goal with the latest patch was to balance the heroes and bring them closer to each other in strength, making more of them viable options for you to use. And riding high on the update's release, I issued a bold proclamation. I said, I bet I can beat the entire game with only the 5 worst heroes. Now, which heroes are the worst? That was for you guys to decide by voting in our poll. And now that the poll results are here, it is time for me to put my money where my mouth is and prove I can do what I said, or eat my words if I can't. So, did I manage to do it? Watch and find out. Okay, Lulan, Postumistic, you are here to tell me which heroes everyone voted for and which heroes I am stuck with for my playthrough.
Yep, top 5 who've already been chosen, and it's time to put a pause to it.
It's time to put a pause to it, as in pause to... Oh, yeah, okay, I'm reading.
Our first most popular hero who is believed to be the worst hero in Epic War Saga Offline, coming in at 27 votes, we have... Joey! The Splitter!
Joey, poor Joey. But to be fair, not a surprise to anyone, I knew Joey was going to be on this list. Joey, before update 1.0.3 was, let's face it, frankly, awful. Really bad, no redeeming qualities as a hero. You know, I don't care what you guys say. Joey's my pal, I like him, I am glad that I will have him for these levels.
Let's just hope that he doesn't split your own skull with your own aneurysm of trying to figure out how to solve some of these levels with just Joey. But good thing you got 4 other heroes to choose from, right? The second most voted, coming in at 26 votes, just only 1 off, we have... Oni, the Brute.
Oh, that is okay. That's a surprise because I was not expecting Oni to be bottom 4. Oni the Brute, proud owner of Rage 3, and to be fair, not that much more than that. You know what? I'll deal with it.
Yeah, if you can deal with it, then you'll be good. Just as long as you won't be Rage 3 in your own computer. Let's go to the third ranked hero, coming in at number 3 with 25 votes. Rhino, the Executioner!
Now this one was not a surprise to me. Rhino, who is an absolute truck in melee combat. Unfortunately, these 3 heroes do not bring me that much confidence.
Oh man, will you be the Executioner or will you be executed? Coming in at number 4 with our next special worst hero ever, we have... Groborg Grimtooth!
Okay. Top 4 weakest heroes in the game are the 4 infamous orc buddies. But what you fools don't seem to realize is that Groborg Grimtooth is arguably one of the strongest heroes after update 1.0.3. Suddenly I am feeling a lot more confident. Oh, you sweet summer child. I didn't know it yet, but this challenge includes an extra rule concerning Mr. Grimtooth. You see, he is at this point in time one of the only heroes that we know we are going to nerf in one of the future patches. Since, despite the number of votes he received in the poll, Patch 1.0.3 gave him two major strengths. One is his Arrow Rain ability that now deals enough damage to speed farm any boss with a sufficiently large hitbox, and two, even stronger, Transfer, which in its current form lets you trade only 2 bars of orange mana for 1 bar of blue mana. The sheer amount of units you can spam out with this guy can get overwhelming, and so, in this challenge, I can only use him on one mission. That's right, once I use him to beat one mission, he's out, and I'm stuck with only 4 heroes for the remainder of my playthrough. So, past me, I wouldn't get cocky if I were you.
Let's just hope that these results are grim for the enemies and not grim for you. Let's go on to the next. What hero do you think it might be, my friend?
Ooh, I think it might be a tall fellow wielding a giant sword.
Our result who makes you feel so wrong is, of course... Popo the Epic Dwarf!
And these are my 5 heroes. Okay, I gotta say, I fully expected a particular Omni Knight to be on this list. I did not really expect Oni to be on it, but it was a possibility. Grolborg Grimtooth, for me, came completely out of left field. I did not expect him. I feel more confident having him. Popo the Epic Dwarf is a starter hero, so it makes sense for him to be towards the bottom. That being said, I fully expect to utilize some tricks up Popo's wide giant sleeve. And you know what? Joey haters, I am coming after you.
I swear you will definitely be able to execute the competition with some epic maneuvers, making their outcome quite grim as you split the competition apart with your brute creativity.
In the spirit of the challenge, we shall be 5 guys. So, seeing as Popo made the list, I unlocked him right after beating Chapter 1 Mission 1, or 1-1 for short, and immediately switched to him, redid the first level with Popo just to prove that I can. Imagine if I got stuck there. And then continued using Popo to beat levels 1-2, the Wandering Knight, as well as 1-3, Beast Rider Tur, who put up a fight, but let's face it, I was never going to die, I never even came close to it. Okay, so here's our first potential snag. Because Vigraf, he just walks up to this guy to say hello, and the guy perishes. Popo, on the other hand, has social anxiety, and I'm not sure if that trick is going to work out quite as well, but there's only one way to find out. I mean, to be fair, my units haven't even gotten there yet, and he's already getting destroyed. And get destroyed he did! I then bought a measly shield and proceeded straight to the next level. Now here I'm worried, please don't summon engineers. Please, I may just be screwed as far as engineers are concerned. My dwarves are good at tanking against these guys, so in that sense I might end up gaining an advantage, but also note that I don't have Giant Fist. I'm level 4 and I only get Giant Fist at level 5. Now, I'm gonna need Giant Fist. I am certainly going to get a lot of use out of it, but the question is, do I need it now or can I manage without it? I can probably manage without it. And in the end, I could manage without it. This was a tough fight, he got me low on health, and killed my entire stack of dwarves I had taken the time to build. But I simply built another one, and this time they pinned him to the corner and there was nothing he could do. Boom. But I knew this wasn't gonna fly on the next mission, the boss of Chapter 1, War Chief Grolborg Grimtooth. And so, I went and bought my first ranged unit, the Elves, as well as an axe, and went on to give it a fair, honest try. Okay, I have my Giant Fist now. Also, that guy is not... yeah, that health bar was messed up there for a bit. Ah, you see their tricky business, those catapults. Can't let them get to me too much. Okay, I won that. That was so close. Should I go for them puppies? Because them puppies do be strong. Or sharks. I really like sharks, but I'm not sure if they will be enough to carry me at such an early point in the game. So, ooh, I could save up for fairies as well. Oh, never mind. You're mine. Next I spent my profile points and went on to obliterate Vigraf's Dark Clone on 2-1. It didn't work. I tried to see where my recent purchase, the failed experiments, would take me, and they took me to the grave. And I really tried to weaponize my giant fist against the skeleton archers, but they just weren't dying fast enough. What an annoying level. I actually think I could have benefited from sharks here. Because this guy is flimsy, and sharks could have gotten through the dwarves to the actual core dude. We could have had greatness. I need more elves though. If I can get 3 stacks of elves, we will start to look quite good. Okay, 3 stacks of elves. We're damaging the enemy. The enemy has decided to retreat. The hero at least. We're pinned by the skeletons, but he is running out of dwarves. That's for sure. Okay, dwarves and... Oh no. I need to survive just a bit longer. Just a bit longer, come on. Oh, and he of course decided to summon more dwarves. What an annoying stalemate, man. More skeletons. Okay, I think it's over for us. I'm trying my best, guys. And the failed experiments are actually not a good fit for this level, because they get burned by the skeletons and die quicker than the dwarves do. Now then, this means only one thing. You see our crystal count? We are ready to recruit the help of our first pal, Grolborg Grimtooth. Level 7. 5 more XP needed to level up to get this. So, Grolborg Grimtooth, let's get you your rain of arrows. Okay, Vigraf, you ready to feel the pain? Okay, Vigraf, you ready to feel the pain? Oh, I can't just willy-nilly arrow him. Hold on. I have to be a little smarter about this. Oh, this time I lost by 1 frame. This is surprisingly hard, like come on, it shouldn't be like that. No, I have to keep him here. I can't make him retreat, because if he retreats, it's too much of a castle. Freaking castle. There's no castles in this game. It's too much of a hassle to get back there to him. Because I'm not as fast as he is, so I have to, like, damage him. But keep him here. For my, volley! Okay, there we go. So that's just one reason why Grimtooth is a little strong, even though in this case, he actually wasn't completely busted. Like, it wasn't just me coming up there and arrowing him with no care in the world. I lost too many times to admit there. And unbeknownst to me, I had just blown Grimtooth on an early level, and for the rest of the video, I no longer have him as an option. Oh well, at least we had the first clown level next. Gotta look at the positives, right? You, sir, are a giant clown. And again, Vigraf would have a field day with this guy. He just comes up to him, but it's not quite as simple with Popo. Oh, and also if you've noticed, I have a heal spell that I can use if things go south. I don't foresee it being useful on this level though, because if I am already in such trouble, I'm just not winning. This is why failed experiments just don't work on levels like this. I can't believe popular freaking Justice Clown is causing me such trouble. This challenge is going to suck. I do have a strange mushroom. It would just suck if I blow my strange mushroom on a clown and then don't even kill him. Okay guys, so look, this is the most successful strat we have so far. Get the goblins into his face, nice and early, get them to damage him. It's actually working out decently well. Problem is, we are running out of goblins because we're getting overwhelmed by the goblins he is sending and the fact that he still has clowns there. But, okay. That was so embarrassing. The first clown, this level... Everyone sees it as a complete joke. It's never killed a single person. It's so easy to farm because he just immediately dies. And I'm here, unironically stuck on the clown level. Okay. Goes to show how much you take Vigra for granted, I guess. But that being said, we were able to win and I didn't even use any consumables there. So that's nice. Now to the level that people actually struggle with. Watch this one be easy for me. And here, I found myself stumbling on a familiar scene. Almost as if I had been in this exact situation 2 levels ago, only with no Gralborg to bail me out this time. I'm killing his dwarves. Okay, but he already summoned more. Okay, so puppy dragons can burn the failed experiments. They might just be what we need. On the other hand, sharks might be able to get... No, but the sharks will get destroyed by the dwarf. They are strong to earth, but it's not going to save them from getting destroyed by the dwarf engineers, I'm pretty sure. We'll get puppies. Come on, Fist, get to the engineers. There we go. He's summoning more engineers, but look, unlike last time, his failed experiments are not... building up. He's losing them. And by the time more come out, the previous ones are already dead, and now the goblins have gotten to the engineers. In fact, maybe I shouldn't have used my fist there, because I got the engineers out of the way of my own goblins. That being said, I mean, it's still gonna be enough to win, I'm pretty sure. I hope. Okay. Oh, I should have waited for the engineers for that fist. Now here I'm going to save up some mana. Maybe I shouldn't, he's not using more engineers. So now that he has more failed experiments, I will use a fist. Okay. He did not start using puppy dragons. I kinda like that because then he would have summoned multiple stacks at once. I would have been afraid of that. But look, this level was easier than the clown level. I had to buy puppy dragons. But I'm not sure, but puppy dragons probably wouldn't have worked that well on the clown level because the clown is good against ranged units. He shoots his bomb at around the point where our ranged units stand. Still can't get you guys, I still want to. Okay, no fist, there is no advantage to using range here. We just want to make them not attack us. That's all we want, that's all we need. Okay. There we go. Yeah, see, there was no reason to use the fist there, because the fist's main advantage is range and knockback, but it just doesn't hit enough people to be useful here for 2 mana cost. So, you know, Popo's versatility, I do enjoy it so far. His special attack is sometimes better than his fist, but of course without his fist I would have struggled a lot against 2-3 probably. And I might even get to find good value for the heal spell. Oh no, no, this is a clown, except it's this kind of clown. Yeah, he spams 2 stacks from the very beginning. It's hopeless. And then he has ninjas as well. Although it wasn't actually as bad as I was thinking it would be. Nice. Okay, we at least survived for a bit. Ooh, he's using Tauruses now. Come on, get him, get him, get him, get him. Yes, this... I mean, I technically used Grimtooth to beat this level, so this one might have been harder. I don't know, but it really feels like this was the hardest level so far, and this one was actually easier. Okay, this is where we might come to struggle a little tiny, itty bitty bit. He sends trolls. Trolls are formidable. We need to be able to burn them. There's no other way around it, and guess what? He also has access to ranged units. Ouch, I also need to not let the trolls hit me, because that is some excessive damage that I don't want to have to deal with. And you see, I'm almost dead already. Oh, there's no room for mistakes anymore, wow. Actually, there is. Heal spell. I mean, it's very slow at actually healing me. Ouch. And of course you let the troll get in. Okay. Valiant effort though, I'll say that. Wow. I was just about dead there. I don't know if I can afford that gap in goblins. I really hope that that doesn't cost me dearly. I'm just thinking that, hey, if we can weather the storm here, then the elves will be in front and we can kill them without the dragon protecting them too much. And now we heal back up to full. We can't keep getting away with this forever. Unfortunately, we've taken some serious losses in our puppy dragon department. Okay. There's hope. There is absolutely for sure hope. Maybe right now I shouldn't body block with Popo. I should just let the puppy dragons do their thing. And now I will keep... Now I have enough puppies. I will try to cover them with my own torso. And spam heal. Yeah, no, that's not working. The puppies don't deal nearly enough damage to the dragon. The dragon is extremely tanky. Ooh, we have just enough money for this shield, which gives fire plus 10%. And I am using significant amounts of fire units on this level. My issue here is that health is a commodity. The more of it I have, the more I can risk walking up in front, taking some of those archer arrows, and slamming them with my giant fist. But these trolls at the beginning, they keep hitting me or pinning me into a corner, and then I either die or survive with barely any health left. So I dipped my toes in grinding. So I've mastered the first mission, and I have a bunch of gold now. Now what I really want are these skeleton archers, because they not only have a really high range, higher than the elves even, but they also burn. So if I can make use of them instead of puppy dragons, we might not have the issue where the enemy's elves are sitting behind the enemy himself, he's tanking for them, we can't kill him in any reasonable amount of time, and the archers end up killing either me or my puppy dragons. So I think skeletons can really help us in that department, but before I get them, let's at least try to make use of our elves and see if we can improve the situation with them, because they still have a higher range than the puppy dragons do. Oh, we might be doing it, guys. We might be. Ah, those archers are still our bane. But that being said, look at how low he is. Come on. Come on. Come on. At this point, we just have to hope that we can kill him. He's not summoning trolls anymore, so he's vulnerable. Even the goblins are killing him. Yes, 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 come on. Yes, yes, yes. Nice! That was so satisfying. Okay, so I didn't need the skeletons. I didn't actually need to have mastered the first mission, although I'm glad I did it anyway, because I would have had to at some point. And it's just one mastered mission, so it's not like I decided to become over-leveled or anything. But actually, one thing that helped me there is I was able to build up more dragon pops at the beginning because I didn't bother fisting the trolls, and instead I used my special, which was cheaper, and it sort of crowd controlled them enough for the burn effect to do its job on them, and then they died more easily because the fist just didn't knock them back enough, and I ended up running out of mana. Then they pushed me back, and then they killed my puppies, but that didn't happen that time because I prioritized the special attack. And then later on, the fist came in very handy against the archers. I was able to kill some of them, and that ultimately was what made killing the dragon before my ranged army was dead possible. And even the heal came in handy because I was able to heal myself up, which then allowed me to go in there, take some damage, but still survive, and use my giant fist on the enemy archers. So that was a perfect demonstration of what Popo is capable of in the right circumstances. All three of his spells saw great use there. That was awesome. Well, guys, you know what time it is. Come on in here, Oni the Brute. Oh, and another achievement. I just replenished the gold I spent. Very nice. Ooh, we do only have the special attack with him, though. It will be a while before he really comes into his own. Ooh, and we need one more fire crystal to get the bunny ears. The bunny ears are good, man. Yeah, I don't know what you guys meant when you said Oni was weak. Oh, he summoned those guys. Oh, he should not have summoned those guys. Uh-oh. That's actually bad for me, because I was doing so well burning his failed experiments, but I think now that he did that, he left himself wide open for melee devastation. GG's. Oh, we can't get this though. One more Thunder Crystal. Now this Popo, he has ranged units, he has his fairies, but is he going to use them? That is the question, because if he uses them, then Oni really has no business being on this level. But he didn't. He is a little bit of a foolish fellow. Darn, Oni is good at this point. I don't know if it's just because Popo is so not offensive. It's just such a high contrast that even just with his special attack, Oni is doing so well against these guys. But man, what a nice special attack. And he deals a lot of damage as well. Oni is good. And then on this level, he uses trolls, and trolls get easily burned by Oni, so man, he's not even using the wizards. But if he did use the wizards are not very offensive, so I would not be taking that much heat from him. Oh, I'm taking a lot of heat from his special attack though. This is just fire supremacy at this point. I think Firelord Sozin may have had a point there. I am just wrecking house with Oni right now. I'm just going to flex on him. There's not even any units, I'm just attacking. Oh, look who decided to use users. Use wizards. Okay, guys, I think the rest of this challenge is a wrap. There's no issues whatsoever that we're ever going to face from this point onwards. You guys think you can do something against me? And cut that. I'm gonna tank the Harpies because the Harpies don't deal nearly as much damage as the Shield Maidens do. So that way I am left with some actual health. Oh, she has Rain of Arrows though. That will be a little unnice. Yeah, because I have no way of replenishing that health for me, or for my puppies, for that matter. Uh-oh, if she were to use Rain of Arrows there, especially if she were to use it twice, I may have been screwed. Okay, we have to switch. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Come on, come on, come on. Ah, you sly. Okay, that was deliberate, wasn't it? Okay, we can do this, we can do this. I'm having too much fun using Oni to switch. It's like I have to be there to help out against the Harpies. But I also can't get too damaged by the Harpies or by her arrow spell. Like, see, I had to retreat there, but now I have to go forward again to help deal with the new wave of Harpies. At least the Harpies die quickly enough that she's just not using any Shield Maidens anymore. Oh, but oh, and she's using totems. Ah, okay, so the Drain could have saved her there, but she was just a millisecond too late there on that attack, didn't get mana in time, and died because goblins are pretty offensive. This one, I think what we can do is just rush with Oni and goblins. I believe so. I believe that might be the course of action for us to take. Ooh, no, we might actually be absolutely screwed on this one. Oh no. Oh no, and this buffed sharks as well. Yeah, no, we're switching to Popo. My puppy dragons get destroyed by the special. I need melee units. Nice, another Thunder Crystal. Now what we can do is create the blacksmith and get our X-Chainmail. And let's see if fairies will do it for us. I quite like fairies. Oh no, they can't, they get demolished. If I use puppy dragons, he then immediately switches to sharks, which is pretty smart of him. Now this has to be a melee battle, but I need to save up to get 3 mana. Let's use up his own mana. Actually, I don't know. Oh, and see, now that I'm using melee units, my best bet is actually the heal spell. Like, my failed experiments aren't really dying very easily, but his Lamias are even better at not dying. Maybe though, maybe there's a chance. And the bonus is that when I heal, it also heals my own hero. I'm already past the limit, they're not even killing my goblins. And now, when I get below the limit again, I can actually use more failed experiments. Or, better yet, use a ranged unit that can burn them. Oh no, why do I use a ranged unit? His special will kill them all. No, that was actually a bad idea. I mean, if we can burn at least a few of them... Okay, never mind, we win. We did end up winning that, and Popo's heal spell really came in clutch. Okay, this mission... Come on in here, totems. Now with Popo, I can hopefully knock back with my giant fist and end up dealing with whoever he sends to assist his Diablos. But Diablos itself will be such a problem though, man. The reason I'm using totems is they poison him, and poison is basically the best way we have of dealing with him. Now we want ideally the Celsius to come in there, get poisoned by the totems, and then get knocked back by Popo's giant fist. Oh, but I am not feeling well here. And now his Sellsword... Sellswords are starting to come into play. Sellswords are so good after the update. And I can't even knock back all of them anymore. That started out pretty well though, I will say that. Now on this level I will be quite unashamed to use a consumable, such as for example a mushroom, although it does tank our attack, but the thing is... The Diablos has such a high defense that we're dealing scratch damage to him anyway, and the way we're damaging him is with poison. Poison is the key there. And also our HP doesn't really matter that much, because anything gets one-shot by the Diablos anyway. Might be the perfect level to use a strange mushroom on. I just really don't want to use it and then lose anyway, and lose my mushroom. We're risking it, we're risking it. The Diablos is almost dead, guys. Oh. The Diablos has died. It's just that the Sellswords are hard to deal with just our totems, man. We need a better unit for this. There goes my mushroom. So, new plan. 2 stacks of totems. I'm saving up for my second one here. I will then summon a stack of puppies. Or the sellswords to help burn them. If they're not being poisoned, at least let's burn them. And then I did not mean to use 2 fists at once. That was a huge waste of 2 mana. Ha, Diablos is dead, but yeah. We are screwed here. And he is not just gonna keep summoning sellswords, he will save up for another Diablos. So, me not having totems there will be a big problem. There's something very satisfying though about the way the sellswords fight, even if it is against me. We need a fire crystal. I then went through the sequence of beating the clown for the fire crystal, realizing I needed to actually equip gear that would give me a chance of getting a fire crystal, realizing I had no such gear, at least not counting consumables, buying red onions from the market so I could craft a lucky charm, realizing I didn't have enough gold to get the lucky charm, grinding the clown for gold, buying the lucky charm, coming back to grind the clown and finally getting the fire crystal, and mastering the level because at that point I deserved it. Last one. Perfect. Now, we have the fire crystals necessary to purchase the bunny ears. We need more gold, that's okay, because look what we have unlocked. Conqueror, win 50 battles. Now I have enough gold to go back here and purchase them bunny ears that I have wanted all my life, and in addition to that, Hoteka. One of the absolute best items we can have at this point in time, because Mana Plus is hard to come by. And now, even with no consumables, we start out with some extra mana. Come on, poison him one last time, it's not that hard, guys. Of course all my totems went into the air. Yeah, this is going much better. Perfect. One more stack of... Oops, hold on, that's not what I meant to do. This is what I meant to do. One more stack of totems, I said. Heal the totems that I do have. No, another stack of totems. And then more goblins. I hope this isn't just gonna... Oh no, but he's farther along this time though. Come on, kill him, kill him. No, don't touch my totems. No! It was going so well. We are doing well here. We killed the Diablos, he is low on mana. We have to start doing this now. Oh no, what have we done? These sellswords! Okay, so this is the disadvantage of 3 totem stacks. We really can't do anything against these sellswords. By the time we are able to finally kill them, he just summons another Diablos. New strategy, no idea how well this one is going to work. The idea here is that fairies do the same thing as the Giant Fist does. Fairies are good at knockback. So if we can use them to also help keep the sellswords at bay, maybe we can see some success against these stupid sellswords. No, never mind. By the time the sellswords are in front of the Diablos, it's just too late. Come on, guys, we've killed the Diablos already. We've been through this. Yeah, okay, he just decided to stop getting poisoned. And I mean, he just said, no, I'm not gonna get poisoned anymore. Okay, cool. Love it. What if we try to work with more space? We send the goblins a little earlier so that we keep the Diablos more at bay than he currently is. And then we still get our 3rd totem stack. So, don't use the fist until the Diablos is about to attack. Like, essentially we try to stop him and keep him attacking the goblins as much as humanly possible. But now we've run out of mana and they have a bunch of sellswords, and I guess it's time to die, because why not? Volcano 2. It's working though. Nice. Okay, that's the key, because I didn't really, like, the thing I used Popo for was Giant Fist, and Giant Fist was slightly not good enough to deal with those hordes, but Volcano 2 is a spell that has great crowd control, and it also burns, which for those sellswords really does mess them up. And the downside is that, well, the range is not that great, but in this case it didn't matter as long as I stayed out of the range of the Diablos, and didn't get hit by too many of Barbatos' own attacks either. We had an easier time taking care of the sellswords. We killed each stack of sellswords before the next one came along and were able to destroy the Diablos in the end. Oni, you are, well, I would say you're impressing me, but like I never thought you were that bad to begin with. I didn't really expect to see you on this list. Or at the very least, not the second worst hero. Oh, that's such a good achievement. Chapter 4. That was easy. Uh-oh. Okay, I did a bit more grinding. We've played this mission 10 times. We've mastered this mission. And also, this guy is at 14. I just had a thought. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a call to make. Zerny, hey, what's up?
Hello, I'm good.
So I'm at the beginning of chapter 4. What level, in your opinion, should I be scared of the most?
I want to say Hobbit.
A hobbit, huh? That is the boss of chapter 4. I am not that far off from there. Might be troublesome.
Yeah, I want to say that one.
Now, I am a little worried now, but never mind that. My real question to you is, if Beast Rider Tur defeats you, does that mean you got turd?
Yeah, I mean...
Thank you for the confirmation, that's all I needed. Tiny Popo, let's see what you're made of. Knights, okay. So what I'm thinking is, puppies to burn, fairies to knock back. This guy, however, is very aggressive. Let's just put it that way. And the engineers... Oof, the engineers. Oof, the engineers. Come on, guys. Survive. Survive long enough to not die. Okay. I can do this now. I'll save the rest of my mana. Ooh, no, but I have to use my special on these guys to kill them. Okay, come on, come on. Not working out. Okay. Guys, I think the answer to Tiny Popo is going to be Popo. Oof, the healing though is brutal. Okay, we need to prioritize burn, which means fairies are not going to do it. Oh, that's not working either. Okay, I want to try to burn the knights, which means we shall upgrade the Fire Temple to level 3 and get the Fire Succubus. That should make a difference. And Popo's attacks shall be saved for the engineers themselves. While our goblins... Oh, ouch, 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 come on. Stop it, Popo! Okay. There is potential in this. Let's try it with Oni, because his special attack actually does knock everyone back and burn them decently well. We'll try Succubi, and we will use some fairies as well. Ouch. The fairies are doing an okay job, but not a good enough job at knocking back Tiny Popo. Okay, we shall try 1 stack of Succubi, 2 stacks of fairies. Ouch. Okay, no need for Succubi, because Oni burns well enough as is. Let's try just fairies. And the fist kills the fairies. Okay, we can't let him use the fist. We'll still need to spawn fairies like that, but we also need to stay close by to not let him build up mana, keep him using special attacks. Problem is, staying close to him usually means staying close to engineers. Come on. Oh, I think it's somewhat working. Just don't let him use that fist. Oh, and he summoned more engineers. We need to get in there and start killing them. And then we can finish things off with the volcanoes like that. Come on. Come on, no, don't kill me. It is very important, I would even say imperative, that you do not kill me. Come on. Oh, nice, it actually did end up hitting some engineers because they walked forwards. Oh no. Oh no, I can't do anything anymore here. I just have to hope that it's enough, but the problem is it's not enough. It's not enough, man. This was really close though, I think we can do it for sure. Oh, I hate this level. I hate how long I spent on it. When such a simple solution existed, but I really didn't want to use it too early because, man, I felt like I was on the brink of like a clever solution with the things that I had. Now there's only one way to fight squads of angel warriors coming to bring down punishment from above. And if you're thinking of giant barrels of scorching explosives, you're wrong. The answer is boomers. That's boomers for you. Looking at this makes me agree that the loss counter should be removed. Land ahoy! I think we can probably get by with Goblin plus Bomber spam. Also, I'm playing as Popo because these guys are too ranged for any of Oni's abilities to be useful here. At least Popo has the fist and he can maybe use heal productively, but I don't know if we'll need it. I mean, we're doing well enough as it is. Bombers are actually really powerful. Now that I've bought them, it's sort of a turning point for me. I don't think we will ever struggle on a level again like we did on 4-2. 4-2, freaking 4-2. But those times are behind us. From now on, it should be smooth sailing up until 6-6, which even 6-6 I have a plan for. If you couldn't tell, by the way, I'm definitely joking about smooth sailing. We have some unfortunate levels coming up. Oh my goodness, I got clowned on. I want to try just bombers and nothing else. And that fist was just so they could get closer to the throng of pirates and kill them all, which seemed to work out very, very, very nicely. I'm glad some of these bombers are not just damaging the captain, but actually their explosions are getting through and hitting some of the ones behind, which, I mean, it's not just hitting, it's applying burn, which matters a lot in this case. Come on. We've almost got it. I just need to not get shot by a pirate. If I get shot by a pirate, it's game over. At this point, even if I get shot by a clown, it's probably game over. But we are so close to killing this guy. It's like both of us are very, very close to death, and the bombers with their burn, they don't play around, man, like, seriously. At this point, I would say that it is actually not Popo but Oni who is my go-to default character. Uh-oh, that is significant. The sellswords seem to be quite defensive, like, even the engineers are not doing that well against them. And if he uses poison again, it's over for us. So please just keep using Glacier with no targets. Oh no! I was hoping, I was goading him into... Okay, this time at least we only got hit by one of his attacks. Ouch, that was pointless and stupid. That was also pointless and stupid. Ouch, I don't think I can effectively evade him very well. And he has Frenzy as well, that's what's causing this. But don't forget, we have bombers. Their sellswords though, they attack so fast that they manage to actually kill the bombers before the bombers attack. Oh, I'm so close to death there. At least I'm not losing my puppies, and I'm not going to lose them unless he is able to save up enough to use the poison again. Oh, come on! Yeah, sellswords are not to be underestimated. Like, even if they're low on health, we cannot just assume that they'll just die peacefully with no issues. Because they will get to us and they will cause aforementioned issues. So I am building up my stack of puppies so that there will be so many of them that even if he does end up using poison, which he was almost about to do so, there's just too many. He's not going to kill enough of them to halt my advance. Oh, come on. See, this is tough though. It's not like me having 10 puppies in this case is twice as effective as me having... Oh, phew. It's not like that's twice as effective as me having 5 puppies. No. If burn is applied, that's where most of the damage to the sellswords is coming from. And at that point, more puppies are not going to do that much. I mean, they'll add a bit of scratch damage, but it's not going to affect how much the burn is damaging them. And the burn is the main thing damaging them. Now, I made a mistake, as in I got over the unit cap. Whereas what I should have done is left some units so that I could have constantly spammed bombers. So that is a mistake of mine. I almost hope that they kill some of my puppies, but the problem is that will take them really close to me. And I do not want to risk that. But also, in this stalemate, I am the one getting screwed, because the longer this happens, the higher the likelihood that he is going to save up and get the poison again. And I am very worried about that possibility. But see, I'm going to deliberately let some of my puppies die here. Okay, perfect. I have 89. That is exactly how much I need, because then as soon as all of my bombers die, I'm able to use more. And puppies are also good against bombers, because of the amount of projectiles they throw. The bomb, like, even though there's a lot of bombers, they can overwhelm other projectile units, but with puppies, there's so many fire blasts that the bombers all just end up dying without making much progress. So, yeah, at this point, the battle is ours. And by ours, I mean it took hours. It didn't actually take that long. I'll take this over 4-2. Oh, this mission. Okay, this mission. Guys, I think it is time to get our next hero. It is actually not going to be the hero that I would have most liked to use on this stage. Rhino the Executioner. He's awesome in situations such as that level, but don't have nearly enough money, so Joey the Skull Splitter it is. And you know, after struggling against those sellswords for a while, I would kind of like some of them for myself. And too bad, because I can't. Well, I'll at least finally get sharks. So, here's the deal with this level. This guy summons a Yeti at the very beginning, and this Yeti will stay alive for a fair bit. So what we have to do is try to not get overwhelmed, first of all. by these Hob Knights. And second, not let the Yeti hit us, because if the Yeti hits us, that is a lot of damage. You see the Yeti is getting burned by the bombers and the puppy dragons. That is our main and really our only source of damage to him. But once he dies, it does get easier. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we'll survive to tell the tale. How about a stack of succubi, whom I still am trying to find a use for, and then bombers. Well, this didn't go exactly according to plan. Also, I think he just killed our succubi. And it is kind of nice that the Yeti can't be shocked, because it means that I am in no danger of cancelling out the burn of the bombers and succubi with my own shock. Oh, he switched his strategy. Now let's hope that the bombers are still good enough to handle the paladins, the templars. Yeah, right now my only source of lasting damage is one stack of puppy dragons. But we killed the Yeti, so that is already progress. I hate the fact that every time it looks like it might be a good level to use the succubi, the enemies have a very aggressive hero who ends up just getting in our face and killing us all. The succubi end up dead and not contributing as much as they rightfully deserve. Feels like everything just went by faster this time. It's like the Yeti is dead sooner, but also I'm dead sooner, and of course the part where he kills our succubi is a part that we really can't skip out on. Like, there is no circumstance in which the succubi end up alive. They have to die, that is part of the contract. Frankly, I want to try something completely different this time, so one of the things in which Joey is better than he used to be is Shield 2 negates 40% of the damage taken for only 2 mana cost. Which means basically I can have a constant uptime on it and even get to summon, get to use a few other spells. But in this case the sharks are just unable to perform properly. Okay, so what if instead of the sharks and instead of my cost 3 succubi, I use cost 3 failed experiments? And I shield them? Not enough, they get overwhelmed, they are not nearly good enough at this. Ooh, Phantom Shield. Let's try that. And all my succubi are dead because of greatness. Because of greatness. Because of greatness! How can anyone stand such greatness? Yeah, Oni ain't gonna work here, that's for sure. Okay, so far having a decent time keeping the Yeti at bay, that's for sure. Not getting hit by too many attacks that are too bad. The Yeti is getting burned well. Okay, maybe this is our time. And of course, he responds in kind, kills all of our puppy dragons. Okay, so I know there are certain things I can do to keep Hobbit at bay enough so that his poison doesn't hit our ranged units. For example, if I myself am a little braver and I don't stand at the left edge of the screen, but rather a little further in, then he also tends to not encroach too far into my territory. I think we need to face the fact that succubi are not helping us and never will. Let's try engineers. Now, the Yeti will be much more of a problem like this, because only the bombers are able to burn the Yeti this way, and also the volcanoes. And all of the engineers are dead. Fairies are people I really don't have any confidence in, unfortunately. And they're all dead. What would I give to have Rhino right now? Why did he have to be so expensive, or rather locked behind such an expensive castle upgrade? I'm okay with continuously being hit by poison, as long as the Yeti is continuously being burned and dies first. And also as long as I preserve my puppies. The Yeti is dying though, so in that sense we're not doing poorly. I think one of the reasons that I have as much health as I do right now is that I was able to avoid getting hit by the Yeti himself. So maybe that's helping. Okay, what do we do here? The engineers will help damage these guys. This is easily the best attempt we've had though. I really don't want to blow this one. And note, I'm low on health. Joey's gargantuan amounts of health were absolutely essential in being able to make this happen. Now, please make this happen. Please make this happen. Yes! Oh my goodness. Okay, that level was so troublesome, man. Oh my goodness. No, it's not. No, it was. Screw you. It was troublesome, okay? Okay, we now are finally at a place where we can get some units. We have enough gold. Now, we should not get a Rhino just yet. I mean, we don't have the gold to upgrade the castle, and if we did, it would still be a bad purchase. We might want sellswords. We might want pirates. It would be nice to have Lamias, even though I'm not exactly sure if we will end up finding a use for them. It would be nice to have shield maidens. It would be nice to have the skeleton archers. Ooh, and you know whom it would be particularly nice to have? Warg riders are freaking good. Also, gorillas are freaking good, and we're gonna want them for sure. What are we dealing with here? Okay, so no point in shielding. The puppies are gonna die anyway. Oh, but the shield did protect the puppies from the main guy's special attack, so that's interesting. Let's see if the puppy dragons get close enough to trigger his special attack. If they don't, we can't send bombers, because the bombers definitely will. So that does limit our ability to counterplay him. However, I think we just the sheer amount of the puppy dragons we have access to is enough to win us this level. Oh, unless he saves up for a serpent. Wait, actually, hold on. Okay, that was close. He was very close to getting a sea serpent. We need to continually keep him from getting one. And I also need to not wander in close enough to trigger his special. Between each summon of Lamias, he is losing mana on average. Yeah, see? He's not as close to getting a sea serpent as he once was. And even his attempts at healing are feeble and pathetic. Okay, now he's not going to summon sea serpents anymore because of his health. Okay, well, I guess he's healing. But that being said, we don't have to worry about him saving up for a sea serpent, because he is dead. And he gave us the meat. Oh. You know what? I have a feeling Joey is not the guy to be doing this. You wanna know why? Well, actually, he did survive a few hits. Maybe I underestimated you, Joey. Point is, though, how do I kill this guy? His defense is not that high. But the defense of the Phantom Knights is pretty darn high. So the Phantom Knights need to be burned or poisoned. And I mean, we have a very trusty unit for burning people. This unit has bailed us out a lot. We have another very trusty unit for burning. I will, however, get pirates, because pirates, if you don't know, pirates have a very high attack. Meaning, they are really good at destroying single targets, provided those single targets don't have a very high defense, which, unfortunately, these Phantom Knights, they do, so we can't rely on pirates against them. We do have to burn the Phantoms. Well, if you just do that, then what's the fun in that? Well, as you can see, I'm able to bait him into attacking, even when his attack doesn't reach me. Now, what of this? I'm pretty sure Dragonzord has just too high of a hit cap for this thing to ever work. Maybe it is time to revisit our old friend Oni, because guess what? Guess what new toy he got? So, let's suppose that doesn't happen. Let's suppose we unleash a barrage of bombers at him, and to make it so that he doesn't just kill those bombers, we bait him into attacking before that happens, and then we rage 3 the bombers. Well, you see, it was a good idea. You can see that, but not good enough in execution. Okay, so I need to not only bait him, but I need to also keep the phantoms at bay. Make it so the phantoms can't prevent us from hitting him. But what then? What after that? You see why I was scared of the level. Well, to be fair, I do believe I am a little under-leveled as far as market items go. Let's get level 3 market. And these are the important things. So we have mana plus 10, thunder plus 12, and we have mana plus 5%, element plus 5%. These 2 items, the Staff of Holy Empire and the Gungnir. Okay, you see I am completely broke now. Oh. Oh, these bulls are deranged, I'm pretty sure. Which means they're not taking it easy on us. Oh no, don't lose to the sharks now. Okay, now that we have some puppies. Come on. Yes. Okay, awesome. I just simply had to be smarter and get it so that the bombers all explode without him killing like half of them. And of course, Oni's Rage 3, which like doubles the damage they do, absolutely helped as well. At least the Succubi destroy the engineers, at least there's that. How about a second stack of Succubi? Oh, and she's twilighting me. Wow. No. Okay, good. You didn't make it. Ah! The Twilight feels so weird when it's used against you. Oh, and Lutea, whom I was not focusing... Like, I was not focusing on damaging Lutea specifically. But she still took so much damage from the Succubi. Okay, thank you, Succubi. Ooh, the Soul Collector. Ooh, would have been nice to use Grimtooth on this one, but the reason I limited the number of times I am able to use Grimtooth is because we know he is going to be nerfed in future updates. He's a little too strong in his current state, we think. So I don't want to rely on him as a crutch, where the whole idea of the challenge was that I am using the weakest heroes in the game. So this guy drains, so... There's a bit of a problem with just sending bombers, because he will actually heal back the damage they do to him as he attacks, and he also has a heal spell, and he also has boomers of his own. Wait a second, boomers. I wonder though, like I still wonder, would boomers, maybe enraged boomers? I don't know, because they do deal sort of scratchy damage, like scratch-ish damage, so I'm not sure if enraging them is smart. It probably isn't. That being said, you see how they are not doing too shabbily against phantoms, and we know phantoms are no joke. From here on, I will save my mana, because I want to unleash a gigantic bomber barrage on this Reaper. Ah, the healing though. The fact he heals away all the damage done to him. GG's. Bombers and boomers, baby. BBB for short. So guys, what you have to understand is that... I'm not okay right now. I am not okay, okay? So, strategy number 1 is to summon them bombers. Not boomers, because unfortunately they get way too close and they are not gonna stay alive for long at all. But the bombers, well, they're not meant to stay alive anyway. But you see the issue, right? He kills most of the bombers, and you can tell by the amount of damage they're doing to him that even had he not killed them, well, I don't think we would have come close to killing him there. Our next strategy is pirates. Also, can we bait this guy into attacking in such a way that he doesn't absolutely kill us? Ooh, maybe no. Oh no, I have to come way too close for that to happen. Ouch. Yeah, this is a level that I knew long in advance would be troublesome. Ooh, Hades. The fact he used Hades actually helps us because it means he has less mana for his special. Aw, poor sharks. Sharks are this sort of gimmicky unit where their ability to dash as they attack can really come in handy, but definitely not on all levels. Sometimes it doesn't matter if you can dash. All of you will get annihilated by one mad red guy with his swords, who doesn't give a darn. Okay. So, what if we have like a squad of skeleton archers, and from there on we just summon bombers, maybe? Oh, and I can't get the gorillas or the warg riders yet. They could both be great candidates for doing very well against the guy. Even the centaur lancers, to be fair. Okay, what about pirates under Rage 3? No, it's too late. The beast riders get out too quickly. Oh, this is like the best we can ever get it to be. And see, it's still only half. We were so close, he even started retreating. Wow. If only we can get that initial wave to land. Like, if only we can get him to use Hades and a meteor, so that then all of our bombers land. Yeah, like that. Well, almost all of our bombers land. The meteor still did mess us up, though. Okay, that's actually funny. Please keep using your meteors. Oh, even though the problem here is that the gorillas are coming. Ouch. Okay, but just the fact that we can do this is great. Kronos escaping from the underworld is no match for some wind in the face. Okay, then I do wonder if we can, like, mix and match. For example, stack of pirates, and then fairies. Ouch. That just needs to not happen. Okay, maybe we send out the pirates earlier to give him more of a chance to waste his mana? I'm not the biggest fan of the fact that enemy can just waste mana like that, but it is immensely difficult to actually set up the AI to properly play around spells. I mean, that is the most successful try we've had so far. I just unfortunately don't think it will be enough due to the gorillas. Yeah, now the fairies are all dead. But if I can do a last ditch... Oh, I can't because of the beast riders. Come on, meteors, 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 please. Meteors. Yes, use meteors as much as you can. Just don't leave yourself any mana, please. It was an idea. Okay, after maxing this level out, as well as a few of the previous ones, I got the Adventurer achievement. Master 6 missions. Okay. Let's finally get these guys. And let's show you why I love them so much. Ooh. Average collector. I have 20 units collected. Awesome. Look at all these crystals I can spend. Ooh, you see how much damage they did to him? There is potential here. We just need to make it so that he is low enough on mana that he doesn't fight back against the wargs until it's too late. Ouch, but even one meteor just completely kills them. Because they are glass cannons. Now we need to play as Oni with this strategy that if we can get the Warg Riders in there, they need to be Rage 3'd. Nice. Come on, come on. Yes! You're dead, Kronos. You are dead. Oh, happiest day of my life. Nice. Ooh, I have 12 Lombucks. You know what? Given just how expensive these are, if I were to sell, I don't know, 10 of them, guess what? We can get our final hero, Rhino the Executioner. The one that I really wanted to have a chapter ago, but I have him now to face the return. So for contrast, here is how Joey is going to fare against these knights in melee combat. Doing pretty well up until now, but at this point, they're just overwhelming him. There's not much he can really do here. Here is Rhino on the same level, undergoing the same test. Yes, he dies sooner, but you see, they are not overwhelming him. So, I'm thinking if we use pirates, and I'm okay with this guy going inside me, because my main goal is to keep these other knights at bay, so that the pirates are exclusively killing the Wandering Knight, Mr. Bossman himself. Ooh, that's really close. Okay, I have another idea. And I believe this one, there is no reprieve for you. Yeah, if you couldn't tell, Warg Riders, pretty good. Albeit in this case, he got away and then they weren't that good after that. Darn it, maybe it is Joey after all. I mean, I do have access to volcanoes for when he starts running away. Okay! Darn, I wanted to buy and show off how cool Rhino is in combat, but ended up being good old Joey. I told you guys, I told you Joey hate... Stupid Joey haters, you guys don't know anything. Joey is the best hero in the game, and unfortunately, Rhino seems to be sort of a succubus situation where absolutely good in theory, but just that on the levels where I try using the succubi / Rhino, there's some caveat to it where it ends up not being a very good choice, even though it should have been in theory, because they are good. They're both good for crowds actually, but succubi are good for burning crowds. And Rhino is good for freezing them / keeping them controlled. Return ended. Wow, that's a lot of gold. Okay, 6-1. The return of the Diablos and his father Shadow Diablos. So, the issue in this case is going to be that not only does he have a Diablos, but he has catapults to support them. So, unlike last time, when the trick was to keep the melee units he sends to support his Diablos out of the way, in this case, we sort of have to kill the Diablos while also keeping the catapults at bay. I don't feel very confident without having someone like Jasmine or Nuno here, but we need to figure out a way, and that is what we shall do. Alright, let me buy 4 more lemons and level 2 of the Monster Lab so that I can get my very own fleet feet, I guess. I'd even be able to get the Hobgoblins if I had just a bit more of each material, but I am not that interested in buying them at the moment. And so here's the strat. Obviously we're going to want totems to poison the Diablos, and then fleet feet to get there and stall the Diablos. What I'm worried about is that the catapults will... Oh, and he also kills our totems, that sucks as well. I'm worried though that the catapults will just kill me with not much I can do about it, because even if I heal, look at how little it actually ends up healing. Like, the catapults shoot at the fleet feet, which is all nice, but then they hit the totems. Oh, what I would give to have Jack right now with Frenzy. So here's what I'm thinking. We hang back, we save up a bunch of mana so that we can get out more than 2 totem stacks. And what he is going to do in the meantime is he... Wait, what? Why do I have goblins here instead of bombers? So here's what I'm thinking. We hang back, save up mana so that we can send more than just 2 totem stacks. Meanwhile, he will send his catapults, and they, being fast, will get in front of the Diablos. Or, well, they're not that fast, but they're faster than the Diablos. Which is when we... they're not faster enough though, that's the problem. That's the unfortunate part. Oh, and he's sending his tossers. They're not boomers. Yeah, this is a disaster. I was really hoping the catapults would get in front of him. The units who poison that we have are ninjas, who are melee and cost 3, so I don't think we can rely on them to poison the Diablos. We have mystics, who are nice, but they are cost 3, and I think the totems just overall end up having a higher chance to apply poison. And then we have the Archmages. Now the Archmages apply poison among other things, because the Diablos is immune to all the elemental effects except poison. They could end up being nice, although they were nerfed in that update, because previously everyone just beat the entire game with them, as well as Hags. So now, with them not attacking quite as insanely fast anymore, I'm not sure if they would do better than totems. Now there is one more option. You see how Mr. Joseph has Poison Cloud available to him, and the Poison Cloud does have a higher chance to apply. Rhino has it at Poison Cloud 2, but we don't have it unlocked quite yet. So if we struggle on that level enough to reach level 75, then perhaps I will try him. Just out of curiosity, can I end up poisoning the Diablos? Well, I did poison it. That being said, now the catapults are going to shoot and... Oh, can I bait out? No, I don't think I can. I don't think I can bait out attacks with Joey. I might be able to do it with Oni, because Oni is faster. So what I'm thinking is I bait out the Diablos' attacks, keep him here, and then have my units attack not just the Diablos, but the Shadow Diablos himself. Yeah, I can do that. Until the catapults come on, anyway. Couple of options here. Pirates, or perhaps Wargriders. Oh, wait a second, he doesn't summon catapults if that's the case. Interesting. Ooh, and I use bombers and he switches to tossers. That is very interesting. I mean, tossers I'm not that scared of. Lava burst kills them. Yes, thank you for sending a bunch of tossers. Now, what we can do is this. Yes, that killed them all. Nice, nice, nice. He's almost about to die. Okay. He's dead. Ooh, but what do we do now, though? Okay, I'm thinking we need to time things better. I wonder, if I use Fleetfoots instead of Bombers, will he still summon Tossers? Yes, he will. Okay, that's perfect. Oh, not me suiciding though. No, but we might still want an initial stack of Bombers, because when he first summons Tossers, he summons like 4 stacks of them, because he has 4 blue mana bars available. So we send Bombers to try to kill some of them, have it fail miserably, and then after that, we switch to Fleetfoots. And I can even tank some of the Tosser damage. Come on. Yeah, he's really not killing us in his current state. Unfortunately, the Diablos is advancing, so I have to be better at baiting out attacks while not dying. Ouch, see? Like that one hit me, I walked back into it. I don't need to do that. I need to kill the Diablos with the totems still surviving, but this is very promising. Thinking about it, I think I can already summon the first stack even before I have enough mana for the second stack. Like, yes, they're in slight danger, but... Oh, come on. Oh, come on, I'm not good at baiting out the Diablos attack yet. Yeah, the skill I really need to master here is baiting out the Diablos' attacks with Oni, but only doing so when the Fleetfoots are not in place. Meaning, when they are in place, when I'm able to send them, I don't need to put myself in unnecessary danger, like right there. But when they aren't, I need to get in there, take a hit. Oh, I just noticed though, the Tossers are actually not killing the totems, they are tossing the totems out of the way of the Diablos. They're actually helping us. If it comes to that, I just need to not get damaged by them too much. I'm almost starting to think the catapults would be easier to deal with. Or maybe I should be close enough to where the Tossers don't get in front of the Diablos and the totems are still damaging the Diablos, but then I randomly get screwed. I don't care. Our new strategy is to just use totems, nothing else, and then heal them up. Oh, but then he's not gonna use Tossers. Okay. Actually, even without getting poisoned, the scratch damage from all of those totems is really taking a toll on the Diablos. Okay, that's the strat. 3 stacks of totems, then Fleet Feet to hold the Diablos at bay until he dies, then Bombers to kill off the catapults. Another thing I'd like to try is 6 stacks of Boomers, because in terms of scratch damage, they are really... They should be really good. But the problem is, yeah, their range gets them too close to the Diablos. With Joey, what I can try to do is shield the totems so the catapults maybe don't one-shot them, and more of them end up surviving. Might be time to get the skeletons after all. And so the idea is that I will get the skeletons to shoot and burn the catapults once the Diablos dies. And after that, maybe that skeleton can stay outside of the range of the Shadow Diablos' Shadow Meteors, and stay out of range of... And maybe even the catapults will come in range. Okay, so essentially we're back to square one, except this time we have a bit more mana by the time he summons the Diablos, so maybe, just maybe, this time we'll have more totems, and we can gradually improve our situation from there. Okay, 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 now, Bombers. Okay, next we'll save up for, probably Skeleton Archers. Or not save up for, but just use Skeleton Archers. I think a lot of them survived thanks to the shield. Okay, now Fleet Feet. That's okay. At least the bombers will keep him occupied. Oof. Now at this point, how do we finish the job though? How do we finish the job? We got very close. Okay, so we do the same thing we did last time, but pirates or engineers to damage the Shadow Diablos once we are in that good spot. So when he gets that low, we need bombers instead of Fleet Feet. Okay, so with this Diablos, we now have so many people there that hopefully... Okay, of course he has to do that, and of course I have to not have shield active at that time. But yeah, hopefully this time we can save up to where we don't need 4 stacks of totems to finish him off. 3 shall suffice, and from there we use a stack of pirates. I mean, heck, maybe even just 2 shall suffice, who knows. I think we need another stack of totems here. Then shield, bombers. Okay. I'm going to want another stack of pirates. And then Fleet Feet. Hopefully we can kill the Diablos, because we have to switch to bombers after that. Ouch. The pirates are able to survive decently well, even when it comes to catapult rocks, though. Okay, now save up, use 2 stacks of bombers here. I believe we have it. Ouch. But the pirates survived, and nice, finally. What a drawn-out battle there was, but there was like an element of strategy to it. There's multiple layers to the fight. And I do really enjoy battles like that, layered strategic battles. It's just that in the moment it felt so long. So our problem here is the Turtzillas. They have good range on them. And they have so much coverage within that range. I don't think we can even overwhelm them properly. So like, let's suppose we save up mana to then unleash a bunch of bombers on them. Like this. None of them got through. And they cost 1 of all things. So our answer to them is something that can outrange them and devastate them with some pretty darn serious damage. We let them come somewhat close, under frenzy of all things, and then rage. Oh no. Apparently, I just don't have the stats to beat these guys without shocking them. And they are weak to shock, and as you can see, their lowest resistance is to shock. And also they shock, but I guess that's besides the point. Okay, what if we proceed with the witch plan and then just heal them? Oh, actually, Popo can heal himself. Okay, okay. I love how we habitually find ourselves benefiting from returning to good old Popo. And also, I used regular goblins instead of Fleetfoots or bombers, because I wanted there to be as many targets as possible, so that, I guess, take as much of the heat off of Popo himself and anyone else as possible. Okay, so gorillas did end up being the solution. It's just that I needed to, well, use a different hero, let's say that. Because at first I was like, Oni, Rage 3, of course we want to deal extra damage and kill those turtles twice as fast. But no, actually Popo ended up being tanky enough to withstand the Turtzilla's punishment. Because as busted as they may have seemed, they don't actually deal that much damage after all is said and done. It's like their damage multipliers are quite low. So, our Popo was able to withstand the punishment quite well after all is said and done. And so, after all is said and done, I am ready to give up on everything. This level. Just kill me. Thank you. Ooh, not only did Rhino unlock Poison Cloud 2, but Popo also unlocked Tornado. Interesting, so we have a few new toys to play with. Oh, that was really nice. So I like how the fist makes them just stationary for a while. It's like they lose their ability to attack, they just stand there dazed. What? Pirates, I mean, they do die once she decides to start attacking, so they're mostly for the benefit of the Templars, and then the skeletons can deal actual damage to her. Yeah, I see the pirates do end up dying, but now we have enough skeletons that hopefully will be fine. You know, it's funny. When I previously played this level, in my non-challenge playthrough of the game, I struggled so much with this. I ended up beating it with Dragon Sword, and that playthrough involved, let's just say, making the AI do things that are a little suboptimal. But this doesn't feel that hard right now. I mean, maybe she will end up switching to some other form of play, and it will end up screwing us, but this was really easy. Okay. I think this goes to show that, you know, it's easy to just discount Popo as this starter hero who doesn't have anything amazing in his kit, and then you end up struggling a lot more using heroes who, on paper, are just better, cooler, everything, but she one-shots them. So, great job, Popo. And this level was like, it wasn't even top 3 hardest levels in this playthrough so far. Although I will say that a lot of it is thanks to the Tornado spell, which is really good when it comes to holding at bay a bunch, like large groups of units, especially when they are bombers, because the Tornado just sweeps through and destroys all of them. So here we have the Dark Lord, who really needs to work on his intimidation skills, because, I mean, this does not appear very imposing. Oh, the vampires! The vampires are actually making it hard to use goblins on this one. And the sharks, man, what diversity on this level. Ah, someone got me, a stray arrow got me. Well, that was hard. This is just a baby. Which is for the win, baby. Also, if you've noticed, those engineers are not quite the usual engineers we would expect to see. They approach in melee range, and the effect they have, well, let's just say pay attention to it if you get the chance, because we are sort of destroying this guy right now. Yeah, those guys. Let's send some goblins. Ha! You see what happens to them? But yeah, I had to finally get the Armor of Britain and unequip some of my gear that really tanked my health, and then Rhino was powerful enough to withstand the carnage of the enemy on this level. And from there on, it was all smooth as butter. And now, the final level, Warrior's Path. So, Popo, let's go, and Failed Experiments, let's go. So we have Thunder plus 18% from the X-Chainmail and from the Staff of Holy Empire, Thunder plus 12%, as well as Element plus 5%. Our failed experiments are pretty formidable right at this point. Alright. Bring it on. So, he starts with Phantoms. And I am going to hold off on summoning my failed experiments until he attacked a few times, like that, and then I will summon 2 of them at once. Okay, we have pushed him back enough to the point where we can now, hopefully, save up for some pirates. Did he just delete the pirates? No, thankfully they got healed. What's happening to him? Hold on, what's happening to him? He just was stuck there for a bit. Okay, we've gotten him to retreat. Now, what I'm hoping to be able to do is send some mystics so that we have a reliable way of killing their phantoms. Because right now we just aren't killing them, and plus he also has a healing spell that really helps him. And then after that, that is when we summon pirates. And note that I am saving up my mana, I mean I'll heal, but I'm saving up my mana so that when he starts attacking again, once we enter that attack range, I'm able to do a good enough job at healing to heal away the damage done to the mystics. Unfortunately, each hit of his has a chance of killing the mystics. So unfortunately, it ends up not working out quite as well. But we did blow him up a good bit here. And some of our mystics are still alive. Oh no, he's coming back. Now I think the mana plus doesn't matter quite as much on this level. We don't need a super fast start here, so I will actually exchange the Koteka with the bunny ears, which is just an overall better item, except for mana plus, which we will have 6% less off. But I do believe that that is a gamble that will work out. So as soon as he retreats behind his units, and our experiments follow suit, I will be able to switch to using the heal spell. Ooh, maybe that was a little premature. Let's do one more fist for good measure, and now we will heal spell above all else. Wait, he's actually dying, huh? Okay. Mystics, and I will also use some pirates. And from there on, I'll save up and probably unleash a barrage of bombers, maybe? Maybe goblins, that is an option too. Now see, yeah, the mystics are not dying as easily anymore. Come on, bombers. Yes, we got him at a point where he's not basic attacking. We got through a bunch of those... Yeah, we're about to kill their phantoms, which is perfect. Absolutely perfect. He did kill off some of our mystics, but the phantoms are dead now, and that is not a problem anymore. Also, I just noticed that he has Robojack clones. I'm glad he's not using those. And we win, guys! We win, fellows! Come on, GG's. Awesome. Ah, that was a fun level. And you are right in that I am the ultimate boss killer. So guys, I was never much of a fan of Epic War Saga. I tried getting into it back in 2018, and despite having some fun with the game, I quickly ended up falling off with it, and not enjoying it very much because of its grinding nature and its lack of interesting, nuanced tactics, because the vast majority of the time it's just you either grind for an hour to become more powerful and get through the stage you're stuck on, or you just find the right elemental counter to the unit that your enemy is using. And while Saga always had the potential to have nuanced and enjoyable battles, it just hadn't worked out. That said, this challenge was some of the most fun I've had playing Epic War. The various levels felt unpredictable in that I could have had an idea of how hard or easy the level was going to be, but it often ended up bucking my expectations and making me struggle where I didn't think I would, or have an easier time with what I expected, because of the existence of just one or two things that I didn't realize would have helped me as much as they ended up helping me. This felt like tactics first, grinding second, and I really ended up varying up my tactics from level to level, without the difficulty going overboard to where I really wasn't having fun with it anymore. There were some levels that really pissed me off, but I still ended up finding a good solution to them within a reasonable amount of time. So, hopefully this all means we are on the right track with this game and with the series as a whole. Popo was a very neat starting hero. He got me through a lot of those earlier stages and I found much utility in the arsenal he had to offer. His offensive capabilities were so weak that when I bought Oni, it felt euphoric, even when he only had his special attack, to be able to deal with the enemy so much more effectively. And yet, on so many of those later levels I found myself going back to Popo because there were things he had that ended up making him the best choice for the level, despite the fact that he is a somewhat weak starter hero. So, A+ for Popo. Oni was great. He was great when he just had his special attack, burning enemies, knocking them back, and hitting enough of them to not get overwhelmed on some of those earlier levels. He was awesome when he got his Volcanoes too, which helped extend his burning capabilities to reach further and deal with a lot of pesky problematic units. And he was even better when he got access to Rage 3, his signature spell. I loved using Oni this playthrough. Joey, I bought a bit later, and he did not see as much use as Oni and Popo did, but his sheer ability to stay alive made him a great choice for some of those levels, and absolutely contributed to me getting through this challenge. I was a bit surprised because I expected to get a lot of use out of his Shield 2 spell for melee units, to keep them alive and all, but the best use for Shield 2 I found was actually protecting fragile ranged units, on a level where there just wasn't much the hero could do, no matter which hero I used, so even something as small as that ended up making a noticeable difference. Grimtooth I avoided aside from that one mission because, as I said, we are going to nerf him. He is overtuned after the latest update, so I did not want to use him as a crutch to easily get through most stages. And that just leaves us with Rhino the Executioner. I used him to beat exactly one level. And it's not because I didn't want to use him more, but rather I was able to unlock him so late in the playthrough that there was only one level where I could really use him effectively. Like, I really wanted to use him on 4-6, but just really didn't have the money to upgrade the castle to get him. So despite loving him in those specific circumstances, I do believe in the currently released game with the currently released chapters, he might be the most niche hero. Either him or Omni Knight. But that said, he does have access to Water Fervor later on, as well as the Absorb spell, which, incidentally, he shares with Omni Knight. So, he absolutely has more late-game utility that he has not unlocked quite yet. That said, we will still keep an eye on him. But I think that will conclude the challenge. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you so much for your reception to the game. We are excited to release more content in the future, and keep expanding and refining the game. And if you have any feedback or suggestions for it, please share them in the comments, or better yet, in our Discord community, which is linked in the description. This game exists for the community, and your input is vital for shaping it into what it was always meant to be. So thank you, take care, and see you around.